Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're right, because I'm here to have a lovely little yapping session. I'm just going to basically give you a nice update in regards to the summer. Again, I know seasons aren't the same all around the world, but for most of the world, it's basically the summertime now. And more specifically, I have been referencing a lot in regards to summer peaks. And, well, what does that mean? Well, it might potentially be a great time to consider selling your Ruskins right about now. So I'm going to be yapping about that for quite some time. By all means, if you just want to skip ahead to parts that might interest you, look at the description, scroll down, all the chapters are there, give that a quick read. You might notice something that might catch your eye, that you might be interested in. You get the idea, because Hedge, he's going to be yapping. So sit back, relax, let's begin. Literally just a month ago, I was talking about how, well, to our surprise, a lot of prices for skins were just going to, they're going up. And also dedicated like 10 minutes talking about manipulations. Guess what? That demonic pistol, it went down in price. Yep. It was all just a pump. But anyway, it's been a month, and one of the things that we were concerned about, one particular thing that we were worried about was, we're going to have like a dip. Last year, for June 2025, unfortunately, prices of skins dropped off. To this day, I don't fully know why that happened. Well, I can confirm to you, I haven't really noticed that much of a problem right now. Things honestly look to be a-okay. And if anything, if you happen to own a lot of skins, trust me, I know what it's like. You probably might even consider selling now. So over the past month, I should also point out we've seen some very interesting skins. I mean, right now we happen to have the Complete the Sets Rust store. And hey, not everything works out stupendously and amazingly, but we care more about what's going to happen over the course of the next 2 months. So, okay then. What is summer peaks? Basically, when loads of kids around the world, when they're out of school, summer vacation, summer holidays, whatever you call it, they're not in school anymore. And instead of going outside and, I don't know, camping or whatever, and doing some lovely activities, no, instead they're going to sit indoors and they're going to play Rust. Perfect. Basically, if a lot more people playing Rust, there'll be more demand for skins and prices will improve. Great time to sell, basically. If there's a lot of demand, you can sell for better prices. Very simple to comprehend. All right, so why would you want to sell right about now? Well, you don't have to, because basically, based on what I've seen in previous years, usually the peak prices happen around July and August time, okay? Now, I'm under the impression, specifically during this time period, that quite literally is when, like, most kids around the world are out of school, students, not worrying about homework, not worrying about having to learn. No. They just want to scream and shout and say obscenities in Rust. Yes. So, yes, you could literally just go back to the past. Notice how July and August tends to have a lot of people playing in comparison to the months just before and whatnot. A lot of people turn up. It's basically exactly like post-Christmas, just not as good, but it seems to last a little bit longer. Now, what you can do as well is look at notable older skins of the past, and all you have to do is just look at their sales history. You will notice, usually during July and August, they'll perk up ever so nicely, but unfortunately, just after August, what happens? September, October, November, the dreaded autumn-fall seasonal dip. You might want to sell before September. Some of you might not fully remember. I mean, it was like just over half a year or so ago. October 2025 was really, really, really bad. Prices for a lot of Ruskins in general, they went down, and they went down bad. But then post-Christmas 2026, January 2026, oh wow, like so many people turned up, so many people playing Rust, and the prices, it was sweet and it was delicious. The profits, oh yes. But yeah, basically, when times are good, great time to sell. When times are bad, terrible time to sell. But you know what? Great time to buy. So right now then, if prices are improving, is it a good time to buy? No. No. I'm sure you understand now. So yes, over the course of the next 2 months, you have to start making considerations. Do you want to sell now? Well, based on my personal experience, I think it's probably better if you wait another month at the very least for optimal profits. That might be the answer, yes. Okay, cool. So let's now go ahead and just point out certain skins where I'm noticing some interesting details, because unfortunately, there might be a bit of derailment. What? What do you mean? Well, other people exist, and there are concerns. There are worries. Oh no, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In the past, I've talked many times in regards to how you might want to smartly sell your skins. And there happen to be some lazy people out there that just unload everything. So I've been keeping an eye on the front page, the Rusty Market for the evening time, just looking at certain skins that have been popping up and whatnot. And something's just caught my eye. Oh, look at that, it's Hazma Garage Door. This is usually on the front page. It's in demand. People like anime garage doors. You can sit there and debate that, but if you actually just sit back and think, do a lot of people that play Rust happen to like anime girl garage doors? Yes. That's why 50,000 of these were bought. But the demand is so good, because, 50,000 subscribers is an absolutely absurd amount of them. You'd think this would be swamping the Steam market on third-party sites and the price would be suffering. No, that's doing good. That's in the positive. That is doing great, because the demand is so good for it. So, Hedge, you're talking about a bad thing. Yeah, no, this is just a good example of something working out well. Its counterpart, the recent Easter garage door version, oh, that's a different story. It's not profitable, but it's not down real bad. But look what happened. Some very smart individuals thought, you know what, I'm just going to unload all of my stock and make a massive loss. Well, welcome to other people. I don't think they know what they're doing. That's the nice way of putting it. I don't know why they felt the need to go ahead and unload this amount and this amount and this amount. Like, I will sit here and say, if they didn't do that, it actually might have room to grow, room to breathe. It could improve. Because, like, I know it's an Easter themed skin, I get it, I understand. But if we end up seeing a Halloween Hazma, if we end up seeing a Christmas Hazma, which, to be honest with you, I'm kind of expecting now, don't you think that might bounce up? Don't you think, overall, if we just see more of this Hazma collection, the pre-existing skins would spike them on, spike a price ever so nice? That's the expectation, yeah. And I will point out we have seen some attempts with some sheet metal doors, I should say. Some wooden door, a furnace. Unfortunately, the pictures aren't showing up for all of them. But we are seeing the skin creator trying, okay? And I'm still very much under the impression eventually we will see another skin being accepted. Please. Anyway, notice how these are doing very good. And then you look at that and you think, oh dear. But we've already pointed out the issue. And whilst I had a very good barter in this, I had all of the barders get dumped on. I just don't understand people sometimes. Like, it's not necessarily like me complaining in regards to me, like, you're ruining it for me. No. You're also ruining it for yourself. Being a little bit patient really doesn't hurt, But yeah, if you end up doing this, people are just going to undercut you. I don't know if this is the same person. If it's 3 individual people, well, there you go. We've got 3 not very smart people. Like, if you're watching right now, just remove them. You actually could see this rise up a fair bit more, especially with the possibility of a collection continuation on the horizon. Now, what we see here has happened it's happened quite a lot with a lot of skins that were fairly in demand. But I'm very much worried about this particular skin because, again, it's a holiday themed skin. It's a bit goofy, it's a bit silly, but yeah. Right, anyway, so be a little bit smarter. If you really want to get some like decent sales in with some decent profits, sell them in small batches of up to 5. I do that all the time. It's worked out very nicely for me. So, okay, we got that out of the way. Now, I just want to kind of showcase to you how things are just kind of looking pretty sweet at the moment. Or rather, they were looking pretty sweet. You might recall earlier this year we had some very interesting MP5 skins being accepted. Let's go ahead and remind you of the whole situation in regards to the Heatseeker MP5. Now, Heatseeker summer last year, beautiful, stupendous, amazing. But you might recall a very notable Heatseeker MP5 had almost 65,000 subscribers. I'm led to believe, in actuality, over 100,000 of these exist in circulation. But the demand is so good, considering its transparent aim sight, that people are willing to just keep buying it and buying it and buying it. Even though, earlier this year, what have we seen? Hellcore MP5 of another transparent aim sight. And we also happen to have Ledoux and Recruiter's MP5s as Twitch drops for absolutely free. They have the exact same amount of transparency. They are both amazingly pay-to-win skins that you didn't even have to pay for. And yet the demand is so strong for this, it's actually managed to reach a brand new all-time high price already. Yeah. So I'll just quickly showcase that to you. Get a good look at this, and wow. Yeah, okay, right. So, you might be sitting here and saying, but Hedge, a little bit earlier, didn't you just say summer peaks? Usually the peak prices happen around July and August. Yeah. Maybe we just have to wait it out a little bit longer. But then you'll notice that someone's decided to go ahead and list 43 of them. Lovely, I love it. If that person removed their listings, I think that could go up even higher. Now, maybe it just gets completely cleaned out and then goes up higher. Yeah, this is partly the reason why I suggest just list 5. If all 5 of yours, if all 5 get bought out and it ends up rising even more, well, guess what? You're just going to keep slowly offering your listings, and it'll keep going up and up and up. You know, like, okay, you might miss out on the absolute amazing best profit there is, but you're still going to have better profit. But by doing this, you build up walls, you end up scaring other people to unload their stock as well, much like what we just saw with the Hazma Easter skin. Do you know what I'm saying? Stack 5, let it all sell. Stack another 5, let it all sell. There's no rush. But being lazy only ruins it for everyone, including yourself specifically. So, just wanted to point that out. I'm sure it could still get past this and end up going up to $5+. I mean, look how thin it is. It's so thin. And then $6. And then, well, beyond. So, all right, cool. Yes. Even though we had other options appear, people still love Heatseeker MP5. Even though, in theory, and I guess you could say I might have been told, there's over 100,000 of these in circulation. So, okay, cool. I mean, fair enough. Props to you. Now, I've been looking at some camouflage options. I did say this like a year ago. Keep an eye out for the Snowcamo Jacket. A lot of people cannot afford the No Mercy Jacket, for example. It's quite pricey. But this right here, this is like a regular drop skin, if you aren't fully aware. Like, you know how every couple months you might get like a random rust skin for absolutely free? Like some sort of random cap skin or a random hoodie. Well, Snowcamo Jacket can be one of those skins. You might notice, for a free skin, oh wow, that's selling for $2. I wonder why. I wonder why. It's because it's good snow camouflage. And again, in regards to options we have for like, snow jackets. Well, specifically jackets in the snow, not the actual snow jacket item itself. That's probably the most affordable and approachable option. And, well, when loads of people are playing Rust, when the demand is very good, it's easy to notice, because you can see skins like this suddenly getting bought out and doing very, very good. Now, I'm not sure if it's already peaked, but it is starting. It's starting to kind of go down a fair bit. But what's stopping it from perking back up and then doing even better in July and August? Which, if I could just look at sales history, because there's a lot there, I can learn from a lot here. You might notice that. Oh wow, last year. In fact, let me just get that a little bit more specifically. Last year, June was pretty good. Wow. And that was its all-time high price. Since then, whilst we have had like a good post-Christmas and whatnot, we haven't actually matched up to that yet. But it very likely could be happening right now as we speak. We just don't even realise it. So, yes, something like this, where there's an abundance of them, still very much in demand, because it's a very nice, very approachable option for snow camouflage. Point made, understood. It's all right, yeah. It's always a good indicator to get a good look at like the overall health of the Rust economy. Yes. Flashbacks hoodie. A good, 2 years ago, we saw the Flashbacks hoodie and pants being accepted. And I have been insistent, so insistent that this is probably the best cheap green hoodie and pants you could pay for. Cheap, you say? It's $3. I mean, it wasn't before. It wasn't always. But I kept telling people, you got to look at this. You got to jump onto this. It's great. It's amazing. Like, I've compared it with Forest Raiders. You could go look at my YouTube right now. Here you go. I'll go find it. It's not that hard. So yeah, let's just quickly hop out of here, go to my YouTube. Do you see the search bar here? Flashbacks, Forest Raiders. I bet you will find the video. I do the comparison immediately. Yeah, cheap camouflage, Forest Raiders versus Flashbacks clothing. Right there. Give that a good watch. You would be thoroughly impressed. No, I'm not joking. If you just want to save like a massive chunk of funds with Forest Raiders, just swap out the clothing with Flashbacks. It slots in perfectly. You wouldn't really even know that. You won't notice that much of a difference. So, cool. We get the point, Hedge. Why are we making such a fuss at what we're looking at here? Look at this. Look how thin it is. This is something I just wanted to show off, just to get the point across. Where if you don't like have massive stacks of quantity, right, it could actually get somewhere, all right? You just have to be a little bit patient, all right? You just have to ride the wave of momentum, and you can walk away with so much more. And look at sales history. Well, who would have guessed? Oh, well, it's just been trending upwards higher and higher and higher. Recently, for post-Christmas, it really went up. And then it dipped. And it's going back up again. In fact, I do believe we're currently at its all-time high price. Well, that's looking pretty good. But is it stopping? I don't think so. And again, look at what we have here. Do we see any insane, massive obstacles? We got a 12 there, but other than that, it's fine. You just have to learn the word restraint, okay? You just have to learn the word restraint, and you too can walk away potentially with some very good profits if you approach this with some restraint, okay? Now, some people out there, they might have noticed certain prices have improved very, very nicely, and they could just unload all of their stock if they wanted to. But what good does that do? Be smarter. Sell in batches of up to 5, and you could walk away with much better, okay? Now, I didn't buy 670 of these, no, I bought 700. And I can confirm to you, I've recently sold 30. Now, you might sit there and say, oh, so you're selling everything right now. No. I'm selling small batches. It's also a matter of, and with all due respect, I have actually kind of... I might have spent a little bit too much this year because my funds are actually running out. But it's just in time for summer peaks. So, yes, I have tried to keep myself afloat. I might have bought a few games and whatnot. Understandable. But yes, I'm sure you two will be completely filling up your accounts as well as we go through the next couple months. Don't blame you, because, of course, afterwards, auto full seasonal dip, oh, they're going to drop down real bad, okay? Now, picture this. You could sell, get those profits whilst you can at those peak prices, wait it out. Once October rolls in, you could literally just go back to those skins you sold during July and August, and, well, guess what? Guess what? They're so much cheaper now, you could buy them, and you still basically have all that profit you made as well. I'm not joking. You could just basically reinvest it all over again, knowing that in a few months after October, it'll be post-Christmas, and, well, prices will just go all the way back up again. Like, again, look at the hoodie. Look at the witness to hoodie. Where is it? Yep. Witness what happened to the hoodie. During the autumn fall seasonal dip last year, it got bad. But then, whoop, oh, wow. Now, with all due respect, this hoodie's had a bit of a weird history, and it's never really done stupidly insane. Only more recently has it really, like, improved. Like, counterpoint, take a look at the pants. Pants have always been appreciated. So, I'm going to go look at some lovely pants. Doo-dah. Flashbacks, not flash pants. Sorry. So, yeah. Oh, wow. The pants are just comfortably sitting there at $10 a piece. I'm not upset with that. I'm quite pleased. Only 26 listed. What? Only 26? Huh. Well then, okay. Ooh, and it's also pushing up to a brand new all-time high price. Do you see how that's steadily been going up higher and higher and higher? And then in contrast, the hoodie was like. So yeah. As time goes on, I expect the hoodie to do very similar. Yep, I expect it to do the exact same thing. But maybe with bigger rises. I will also point out it's only so long for the Flashbacks hoodie and pants to be a cheap alternative, because people are buying it out. People are using it. It's not getting any cheaper. It's only getting more pricier. So still a lot cheaper in comparison to Forest Raiders. but you might have to consider making like a choice. Now, if you desperately need some clothing right now, and I just said right now is probably a bad time to consider selling. Buying, because prices are up. Sorry about that. You know what? Maybe it's not too bad because, well, if this has just been steadily going up in price year after year after year, surely you could just sell like next year if you're really that upset. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't think you could make a loss buying something like this in a hoodie. Now, maybe we'll see more green clothing in the future. Remember how hopeful we were with Complete the Sets, with the potential of something like Temple Tier 2 and hoodie and pants and whatnot? Yeah. Oh, didn't that work out well, didn't it? Well, we're not surprised, are we? In fact, we've even recently been told, so let's go ahead and just grab this. I can quickly showcase to you the official Ruskin Making Discord, and what you'll see right here is the announcement pointing out that Face Punch does not want to have what would be considered camouflage turrets. They don't want camouflage skins. So that basically kind of sets the tone with the idea that they don't really want to accept camouflage skins. So yeah, you know what? Maybe that might be a consideration for a nice investment for the future. If it's steadily going up in price higher and higher and higher every year, maybe jump in now. Well, maybe wait until October, maybe. Yes, sorry, but you get the idea. You get the idea. Cool. So, all right, understood. Now, I will talk more about like the current Rust store in a bit, but I also want to talk about something that happened recently. Recently, we all just became a lot more uglier. Yes. All of our player models and whatnot changed. Are you happy with your change, or are you like me? Suddenly ginger. We have reason to believe player customization will be happening potentially by the end of the year. But for now, let's just say you've suddenly turned into a very bright, very pale creature like Schmeagol or something. And you might notice that in the jungle you stand out pretty badly. It's quite easy to spot you. Do you reckon a lot of people are going to suddenly feel the need to grab some of these mummy wraps? Why would you want them? Well, they're basically an undergarment skin. It also kind of covers your body, and I can't confirm to you because I have tested this out. Let's go over to here. Let's just search mummy wraps over to here on the Hedge account. I've tested this out in the jungle. It really does help in the jungle. Like mummy wraps, jungle camouflage, boom. 2 minutes 32, go give it a good look, and you'll realise, oh wow, yeah, that does help. So I was kind of under the impression maybe a lot of people would suddenly feel the need to go ahead and buy these. I mean, yeah, maybe they're not that fussy and whatnot, all right, understandable. But I'm still expecting these to reach a peak price around July and August time. Well, I would hope for that, but guess what? Oh, look! Oh, it's the other people again. Yeah! Some people simply cannot help themselves. And again, you know, why is it so hard to just sit here and have some restraint? You know, just some restraint. I'm still going to wait it out until August, and I'm going to see what happens. I would sit here and say I am tempted. Like, I've only got so many funds. I am tempted. But I have seen in the past better profits. I certainly have. Now, last year, let's just quickly point this out. And you can even look at the previous years as well. In fact, you could literally just go back 2 years ago as well. 2 years ago, around August, the 1st and 2nd week of August, this sold for around $12, maybe even around $13, all right? And last year, again, around the 2nd, actually in this particular instance, the 3rd week of August, this actually sold for a fairly similar number. Right now, we're not like really, really, really close, but we're getting there. We're getting there. But unfortunately, individuals like this, yeah. Unfortunately, other people exist. They also take part in all of this, and they can easily ruin everything because they just don't really know what they're doing. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So you might have to work around this. I might have to consider maybe selling for less than $10 if people like this don't budge. So, yeah, just wanted to point out potential sudden demand for the mummy wraps, but is it really going to get anywhere if it's got things like this happening? It's awkward, isn't it? It's always awkward. I'd also like to just point out Have you been keeping track of the legacy bow? It's now $13. It is now $13. Do you remember when this came out? Was it late 2024? I'm having to remind myself because it was the same Rust store where we had the it was the same Rust store where we had Legacy Kevlar. So if I go over to here, what do I see? No, wow, it's 2023. Time really is quick now, isn't it? Oh no, I'm getting old. Oh dear. Cherish the time you have because you don't have it forever. Anyway, so yes, this bow was available for a full month for the December 2023 month, yes. And it was $3.49. Oh, okay, fair enough then. We don't know how much of this sold because it was made by Facepunch themselves. Well, since then, it's never been brought back. And, well, you know, I'm happy because of that. You know, it's nice to have some, like, special exclusive things. There you go. But since then, it has been rising and rising and rising. I had to just dedicate a little bit of time talking about this because, wow, that has been a nice steady increase in value. I should have offered more with my barders. Oh, dear. So, yeah, that's looking pretty cool. It's not exactly pay to win, is it? But it certainly is a pretty cool design. Again, made by Facepunch themselves. It's like a completely different sort of weapon. Still the same thing, but you get the idea. Different mesh, different model. Cool. Olympus Revolver. In the previous video, we did talk about revolvers. We did talk about how everything was looking very, very nice. Well, I can confirm to you, things are still looking very, very nice. In fact, I think things might have improved. So this is now pushing up to just over $7. And wouldn't you have guessed, wow, it's been rising up very nice. But is it stopping here? I don't think so. Like, if you just quite literally look in the past month, you will still notice it's still trending upwards higher and higher and higher. Now, I will point out, I have put a bit of an effort into sell just a few of these. I'm talking like 10 of them. Hasn't been that hard. In fact, let's go ahead and showcase my main account right here. So I have been selling a few things to the side. I've even sold some Hellcore Thompsons. By the way, wow, they're selling for like $12, $13. By the way, have you noticed this? I don't know who and I don't know why, but some people have been unloading valuable skins for super, super, super cheap. Now, the reason why they went to me is because I've had barders forever, like for ages. So, of course, I have the barder priority. But yeah, it's not just this account. Like, I've got this account over here as well. Well, look at the recent sales. I think I bought a hoodie on here. What did I buy? It was a whiteout hoodie. But do you notice how I've been selling some things here and there? Redemption Pythons. I've been picking up a lot of skins. That's the reason why I've had to sell. But I swear I bought a hoodie. I swear. There you go, whiteout hoodie. 15 pennies. Someone out there is just like unloading stock of valuable skins for super, super cheap. I don't know why they're doing it. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Did I have some? Yes, there you go. Desert Raiders hoodies. 21 pennies each. Neon Boom storages, which right now are selling for around just under $40. Oh, look at that. I bought them for 23 pennies. What? Yep, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know. Strange things are happening, and I thought I should just point it out. So, all right, cool. But yep, do take notice. I have been putting an effort in to try and get some sales in. One of my accounts had literally 0 funds. That's how bad things have been recently. But then again, I should remind you, I am juggling 9 different accounts. But this account right here, earlier today, it only had 0. Now it's up to about 60. Trying to sell things hasn't been that hard. So, all right, cool. Yep, and you can see I've been putting effort in. And I've been dumped on with sandbox stuff. Wow, thank you, everybody, so much. Wow, I love you all. Right, anyway, so that's cool. Hasn't been too much of an effort. Olympus Revolver, you're doing good. The other revolvers are also doing good. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look. Like, I was kind of surprised we didn't see a revolver skin being accepted for complete the sets. I was kind of expecting it. Didn't happen. So, of course, with a lack of new options, people are going and buying out all of these. Old Part Revolver, that's been going up higher. The Heatseeker Revolver's kind of sitting at around $10. It hasn't really changed that much. And even all the other revolvers we've seen in the past, oh, they are holding up very nicely. They are all in the positive. It's looking pretty sweet. But then again, if we just happen to see one more revolver with a transparent aim sight, those more recent ones would likely suffer a fair bit. for a while. Then eventually they'll go back up and back up again. Like, a very good point in regards to that was a recent Tribal Alloy Sap. This appeared, sold for $2.49. It has a transparent aim sight. Now, in comparison, last year we saw two notable Sap skins that had transparency. B-Sap, Heatseeker Sap. With this appearing, oh wow, they kind of derailed a little bit. But you know what? I'm not sure if they're still struggling. I think they've just rebounded and gone back up in price again. Let's just give this a good look. So, are you a B-Sap enjoyer or a Heatseeker enjoyer? Feel free to comment below. Oh wow, are you still trending downwards a bit? Yeah, you are. Not dramatically, but, as we enter July and August, will that just bounce up? We'll see. But there's a good reason for that happening, simply because a much more affordable and approachable option appeared right here. And you never know, it might be an active collection. Could we see another collection continuation for the Tribal Alloy Sap and the AK? We'll see. So, yeah, understood. Recent skins have been appearing that are getting a lot of attention, but they could still, be a bit of a negative impact. So, yeah, the bow's cool. The Olympus Revolver's cool. And you know what? I just saw it a second ago. Popstar Electric Furnace. All right. Who had the faith? Who jumped in? I bought a decent portion of these, but these brand new Skinnables, they're a bit of a coin flip. I thought this was a very nice, very cool looking, very unique electric furnace. I don't think we're going to see anything like this ever again. Like, similar in design and colour and whatnot. Something like this, you shouldn't really expect things to just instantly work out, and you shouldn't really expect things to just instantly be a huge, big, fat profit, all right? Something like this might take a while to gradually be appreciated and adored and whatnot, because once people realise nothing like this is ever going to get made again, accepted again, that's when they start buying it. And you know what? That's what happened with B-Sap and Heatseeker Sap last year. It took a while for people to notice, and only around April, May time, just a few months back, did people notice and start buying them. B-Sap, good half a year ago, December 2025, it was only selling for $1.50. Now it's $5.50. So don't assume things are just going to work out instantly. You have to be a bit patient. Now, of course, we do have more potential Popstar skins on the way that could give that a nice boost, a lovely little bit of spike in demand, spike in price to help me get a lovely bit of profit. But, yeah, very, very nice at the moment. Lots of momentum for that Popstar collection. So, okay, cool. I've been looking around. I've been yapping quite a fair bit. But I did say I wanted to talk about the current store here as well. I've just noticed with Heatseeker bolt action rifle, especially with that priced at $4, it's got a very interesting transparent sight. That's nice. That's cool. And, let's just quickly go ahead and point that out to people. Wow, look at that. The two things on the side are now mostly invisible. Beautiful. However, what's this? What's this I've just seen appear? Oh, is that the Rainbow Pony bolt action rifle? Well, it's certainly, it's nice and colourful and all that, but that wouldn't push away and take all the attention away from Heatseeker bolt action rifle, right? Oh, look at that. It's got the exact same amount of transparency. So, that might be a bit problematic. Keeping an eye on the sales as well, Knights Templar, boots and gloves. Initially, I thought, doesn't seem as if they're selling that much. Well, we've still got a couple more days to go, and the gloves are now pushing up to like 16,000. That could actually lead to some problems. If it does settle down and end up at around 20,000 subscribers, okay, that should be cool. That should be fine. And you know what? That right there, it's a complete collection. How many people out there actually appreciate and like using the Knights Templar set? Because the next question to ask is, are people actively going to want to use this in the future? Are people actively going to want to buy all the skins? Because we have to figure out, this Wednesday, do we want to jump in and buy into the boots and the gloves? Because nothing else could come out to really give it a boost. It's got all the core pieces, that being hoodie and pants, tier 2, tier 3 armor, including the boots and the gloves. We've also got a jacket as well. I guess a backpack. Yeah. More weapons would be pretty sweet. I've seen the AK hasn't, let's go to showcase that. The AK has in fact improved. People have been buying it. People have been appreciating it. And you notice the barders are also stacking up as well. So let's look at the recent history. And oh, look at that. Wow. The jacket, the recent boots and gloves. Oh, it's changed things. Yes, indeed it has. And how many does Hedge have? Let's just quickly go over to here. And oh, look at that. Oh, lovely times. Yes, lovely times. Yes. Yes. So, that's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing things like this do better. But now, I want to quickly talk about Naval Camo Jacket specifically. This is more of a right now type of thing, so I don't know if people in the future are watching, but this right here, this Naval Camo collection, I have been constantly questioning, do people like it? Do people actively want to use it? We have quite literally completed this set almost. We're just looking forward to maybe some tactical gloves. This right here is the lowest selling skin so far. I'm not fully sure why. As you might notice, the tier 3's doubled in price. That's looking good. Hoodie and pants are doing very sweet. Unfortunately, the tier 2 came out during Easter dip, so there's still a whole bunch of listings on the Steam market that just haven't been removed, that's sticking around, and it's just making it look a whole lot worse than what it actually is. But anyway, this is in a very, very, very good spot, chat. But, you know, with abnormals just around the corner, do people actively want to use this? Would it truly be considered like an actual, genuine, unique jacket compared to all the other jackets? Like, how many of these are like a nice, solid blue? Aside from this, which is a different type of blue, and this, which was a Twitch drop from 5 years ago. Like, is this in a very, very, very good spot? Doesn't reflect that much along with its collection. Will people actively appreciate and adore this in the further future? I have been thinking about this quite a lot. But you know what? I'll always sit here and say, if you need to figure things out, maybe there might be something you could compare to. And that's where I want to talk about Island Assault. Last year, we made a big fuss about this, didn't we? And we saw some of these prices go up very, very nice, didn't we? We saw some lovely spucks and prices. Oh, it was sweet. Oh, it was delicious. Well, you might notice, oh, wow, okay, things are looking pretty sweet right now as well. Get a good look at that. So if I could just quickly go ahead and look at the road sign kilt. Do you remember how, during the autumn fall seasonal dip, this got real bad? I will remind you, the tier 2 did sell pretty absurdly. Well, look at that. Just as it was starting to improve, happening again. There was a potential for some sweet, delicious profits, but it can't go up. It cannot go up, and you know exactly why. It's just been stable. It's just been stuck because people are behaving like this. I sincerely hope this doesn't happen to Naval Camo, but I must remind you, that did sell pretty absurdly compared to the rest of the skins here. And this right here, that jacket, maybe at best, it's only going to end up with around 14,000 subscribers. This right here, oh wow, you're like triple the amount. Oh dear. So, have you still been appreciating Island Assault? This is a notable collection that we discussed last year. There was a lot of hype behind it. It's still holding up quite nicely, but it definitely was doing better at one point. It was definitely doing one, a little bit better. So, all right, cool. Maybe that'll get a jacket as well. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. But didn't happen this year. At least not yet this month. I'm still expecting some super late picks that could be appearing in next week's Rust Store and the week after that. What we had 2 weeks ago. Honestly, I could look at that and say that's a complete the sets Rust Store. What was accepted and what not, fair enough then. Okay, cool. So I honestly think I have yapped enough. But there's one more thing to discuss. If you do end up looking at your inventories and, you think, all right, time to sell, and you go ahead and you proceed to make a lovely batch of sales to the point that you probably have gone ahead and maxed out your account. If you have completely maxed out your account, you cannot sell anymore. Like in my particular instance, the maximum I can have is £1,700, pound sterling. That's my currency. For Americans, I do believe it's $2,000. Yeah, you get the idea. Cool. So you're probably pondering, is there anything I could consider buying? Well, I mean, a little bit earlier we were talking about Flashbacks, Hoodie and pants. That's probably a good shout, if it's expected to only keep rising up in price in the further future. I'm just saying. But there are other things. Other things loom over our heads at the moment, and there's a reason why I felt the need to put this video out as soon as I could, because oh wow, look at that. Steam hardware updates. Oh, what? Look at that. Oh, so you're telling me the Steam machine and the Steam frame might be coming out soon enough? Oh, what great timing. Oh, what? Yeah, you know what? I think a lot of people around the world would probably want some of them. But damn. Unfortunately, I don't think they can get them in their countries. God. If only they could just get one, somehow, some way, through some sort of shipping or whatnot. God, yeah. So, you You could probably buy one for yourself. Or some more, just, yeah, it's up to you. So, yeah, there's options out there and whatnot. You could just grab things for yourself. Like, I got the controller here. Oh, I just unplugged it. That's actually really good, though. That was a good purchase. So, yeah, you've definitely got considerations with what you do next. But this was just like a nice little highlight video. I saw an opportunity to just talk about and mention the progress. I noticed there isn't like any sort of dip going on. Player count's still doing pretty good. Honestly, I'm looking forward to the next 2 months. Well, I'm not looking to having to sit down for a good few hours trying to sell so much. And hey, I knew exactly how it's going to be, But I enjoy it. I enjoy it so much. Soon I'll have maxed out accounts and I can just go buy whatever I want all over again. So far this year, I have bought quite a lot though, haven't I? I'm sure you've been watching my profit reviews discussing the things that I saw and, ending up buying a bunch of things. So, yeah, cool. All right, let's wrap this up. Right now, I'm still going ahead and keeping an eye out for like new submissions on the workshop. In fact, let's just go ahead and refresh. Maybe some new things have in fact appeared because every Monday, I'm looking at the workshop. I'm on stream. Like right now, I've got hello people, how you doing? Chat right now. We're always looking at the newest submissions. I need Sharky, okay? I need Sharky in a Rust store. It doesn't matter when. It has to happen eventually. All right, look at that face. How could you say no? How could you say no? Look at him. Look at him. Okay. I'm always keeping an eye out. I'm always making a big fuss, with the new submissions, with potential collection continuations. So keep an eye out with the Rust Workshop skin checks video for the week. I would like to point out we're seeing some interesting things. And hopefully we'll see a lot more interesting things in the further future. Like sweet, delicious profit. So, cool. Honestly, I think I've probably spent far too much time yapping. But I've got all the words out. That's what matters most. So, it's been a month. And it does feel like things are improving. Doing better. And that's exactly what we wanted to see. But we still cannot rule out the possibility that there could be a dip in July and August. It's doubtful. It's quite unlikely, highly unlikely to be honest with you, but don't be surprised still with a possibility. Other than that, I'm not really seeing signs of that happening anytime soon. So, yeah, everything's looking pretty sweet. It's all good. Start looking at your inventories, start making considerations, and only sell up to 5, all right? Only batches up to 5. If you unload all your stock, I might get very upset with you.